Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the EJ Tech Show, and we've got something really cool lined up for you. At least they look really cool. These are the new OnePlus Buds, the company's first truly wireless earbuds. And right off the bat, I've got to say that it's so obvious that the main competitor over here are the Apple AirPods. Now, I'm not talking about the AirPods Pro, I'm talking about the second generation Apple AirPods. And even if you just go by the design aesthetics and nothing else, you know that OnePlus is gunning fast for Apple.
Well, I think everyone in the true wireless segment is,
Yeah.
but when it comes to price, they're just in different leagues of their own.
Yeah.
This is somewhere in the under 5K category.
Yeah.
The AirPods are well above 10,000 rupees.
10,000 rupees, yeah.
They might look very similar, but trust me, they are way cheaper than the AirPods.
Yeah, so price is definitely a big differentiator, but just like the Apple AirPods, how they work best with an iPhone, these work best with a OnePlus phone, preferably the latest OnePlus phone. So that's your OnePlus 8, 8 Pro, or even the OnePlus Nord. They do also work with other Android phones, and they also work with an iPhone. But if you're looking to get firmware updates for the Buds, then you can only do that with a OnePlus phone. You can't do that with Android devices or Apple devices. Now, I've been using this mostly with the OnePlus 8 Pro, and they are really, really quick to pair up. And once they're paired, it'll always instantly connect as soon as you put the earphones back in your ears, because the sensors that these things pack in are very strong. So in-ear detection is never going to be a problem.
So that's something we've also seen previously on OnePlus Bullets wireless. They are quick to pair. You can, in fact, OnePlus Bullets had that magnetic detection sort of system. So if the magnets were touching each other, if the earbuds were touching each other, automatically sound pause, Bluetooth low energy. The moment you take them off, again, it's paired up and ready to go. So it's quite, it's not surprising to see that same technology being used here, but yeah, definitely in a new form factor, in a TWS form factor, it's good to still have that good quick pairing.
So also, just like the Apple AirPods, you don't get a companion app over here. So if you want to tweak any settings, you want to change something, you have to do that from the phone's native settings. It's not really a deal breaker, but just thought it was worth mentioning. But more importantly, let's talk about what's super, super important, and that's sound quality. And these are very similar to the Apple AirPods in the sense that they are very reliable. Now, you're not getting crazy features like noise cancelling or wireless charging. You're also not getting any crazy bass output over here. That's not what these are about. These are about convenience, right? So if you're someone who's looking for well-balanced sound across the spectrum, you'll really like this. But if you're an audiophile who's looking for slightly more refined sound, then you might want to look somewhere else. But for your daily drivers, for if you want to watch a little bit of Netflix, if you want to listen to the odd tracks on Spotify, these will do the job just fine.
I've said it before that OnePlus is a company that likes to employ the Apple model, which is to say they're trying to build a super minimalist, super simplistic ecosystem around their devices, and this just adds to it.
So anyway, these are very good for the casual listeners. Now, I remember when we reviewed the Vivo TWS Neo, my biggest issue with those were that if I lowered the volume, let's say even by 30%, they were hardly audible. But I didn't face this issue over here. So even if I decreased the volume by, let's say, 50%, these were audible. Even in a noisy room, you could easily hear what was happening on screen. If you were listening to some music, there was no issues with audio. I will only say that what I'm sad about is that this only gets AAC high codec, audio codec. It doesn't get aptics, which is a little bit weird because the OnePlus Bullets and the Wireless 2, they both come with aptics technology. Yeah. So I would like to have seen that over here as well. Now, you do also get touch controls with these, which is always nice to see in the affordable segment. Now, it's somewhat limited. You're not getting everything outright. And to perform most functions, you have to pretty much double tap. So it's double tap to play or pause, it's double tap to pick up a call, it's double tap to activate your voice assistant. There's no single tap and there's no triple tap.
So technically there's only one,
pretty much one
function. And
you can long pause as well if you don't want to answer a call, but that's about it. Everything else is double tap, and also it doesn't have any onboard volume controls.
And it's also customizable only with a OnePlus phone.
Yeah, with a OnePlus. You can assign functions, but only, like you said, from a OnePlus phone. All right, so another important feature that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's call quality. And this comes packed in, each earbud comes packed in with 3 microphones.
I would say that's 3 microphones too few. Like it genuinely needs more, because he called me and he even called our editor, and our editor is one of the most cutthroat people when it comes to reviewing technology. He really doesn't care. If it's bad, he'll say it's bad. And he clearly did not like it. He didn't mince any words there.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't all that bad. It was passable. And I think that's as good as it gets in the true wireless segment at this price point. You do need to realize that these are under 5K. They're true wireless. That stock does help, which means that if you're, let's say, using the Oppo Enco true wireless buds, which go all the way in the ear,
Yeah.
they have no beam stocks,
Yeah.
so they get worse audio quality because they don't have a microphone
Yeah, that
that's closer to the mouth.
stem makes a big difference.
So
yeah.
this still helps when it comes to that.
Yeah, see, most people that I did speak to, they said, yeah, that I am audible, that it is mostly clear, but then at the same time, they could tell that I was wearing some form of wireless device as well. But as far as I was concerned, when, of course, it does have some form of noise background cancellation, so it does combat background noise to some extent. I could pretty much hear everyone clearly, so I didn't have any problems in that regard when it came to the call quality on my end. But from the other end, like you and the editor and also some other people that I spoke to, they said, yeah, it was sharp, but not the sharpest. Okay, so let's talk about the design, and I kind of like this look. Let's start with the body first. So it's made of plastic, right? But it does have a nice matte finish to it, so it does feel premium to some extent. Not OnePlus premium, but honestly, when I first heard that OnePlus was launching their own wireless earbuds, I expected something along the lines of the Vivo TWS Neo, because that was actually premium. It was glossy, but it still looked really nice. This is far more subtle, but then again, I think this will appeal to slightly younger people, especially with this in this blue color and that green color on the inside. I think teenagers will definitely appreciate this. I know that my younger cousins, they would totally go mad over this. So it also opens in a very satisfying manner. You can just flick it with one thumb and it'll open up. So that's really nice, and it also snaps back shut very nicely as well. Now coming to the earphones themselves, so you've got the semi-open design, very identical to the Apple AirPods, or pretty much anyone that has been inspired by Apple AirPods. So you got that semi-open design. So that means they don't go deep into the ear canal. They basically hang from your ears, so you won't get that perfect fit, and you won't get passive noise isolation either. But that's not what these are about. Like I said before, these are about convenience. And honestly, I prefer these to in-ear design.
A lot of people do, including myself, because in-ear goes so deep into the canal that
it
after
can be
a point,
discomforting.
it hurts,
can pain. With this, that won't happen. I can wear this for like a really long time, and I won't feel any discomfort. I won't feel, oh, I really need to now take these down and give my ears a break. That doesn't happen with this. So as far as convenience goes, these are really good, at least in that term. All right, so battery life, and I'd say it's got an average battery life. I got about 6 hours with continuous usage. You can get up to 7 hours if you listen to stuff at quieter volumes, but for me it was about 6 hours. And if you're also using this to make a lot of calls, then that battery life will drain quicker. So this isn't breaking any benchmark records, if I'm being honest. We know that there are other truly wireless earbuds out there that give you much better battery life.
But then again, to be honest, OnePlus phones also, in the same regard, they don't have the largest batteries, but then they are the quickest to charge back up. And this supports warp charging as well. So 10 minutes of charging, you'll get 100 minutes of listening time, which I think is great because it opens up the user to way more versatility. You don't always have to worry about charging them overnight and making sure you have full battery. Just plug them in 10 minutes, 100 minutes of listening time, more than enough.
Yeah, that's insanely good,
Exactly.
right? So 100 minutes is really, really good. Also, it's not warp 30 watt charging, by the way. I mean, that would be, how good would that be if that was? I mean, either this would blow up or it would be so fast. But yeah, it's like some form of warp charging.
Could call it the OnePlus Note 7.
And to charge the case fully, it takes about 80 minutes, which isn't too bad. Now, of course, the important question, should you buy these or not? And I just want to say that don't see these as just as a cheaper alternative to the Apple AirPods, because they are to some extent. But at the same time, they're offering you the same functionality, the same level of performance as well. So yes, one is priced well above 10,000 rupees and one is priced under 5,000 rupees. So this obviously, it's really easy to recommend this for sure. But I will also say that if you want to use these, you need to use it with a OnePlus phone to get that the most balanced performance. If you want that, then it is tailor-made for a OnePlus phone. But for a first attempt, this is a very, very solid device.
See, I'll just pick up on what you said about recommending it, because ultimately that's what OnePlus is as a brand. It's the easiest to recommend, and now they have a true wireless competitor that's yet again easy to recommend.
Well, that's it for this episode of the EJ Tech Show. Let us know what you think about the new OnePlus Buds. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let us know in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to hit that sub button, and don't forget to download the Editor G app We'll be back real soon next week with more gadget reviews. Stay tuned.